Today is a very special day on the show because my guest is not just an expert. She's family, my sister, respected journalist and insightful political commentator Bertha Henson. We are here because of her latest work, How to Be a Singapore Election Superstar. This isn't just another book. It's a deep dive into the world she has observed and analyzed for most of her career. She's giving us a personal, honest look at the political journey, helped along by the sharp wit of her two fictional civil servants, Chin and Chai. I'll be asking her about the true sacrifices of public service, the complexities of our system, and why she felt compelled to share this knowledge with her readers now. This is a story about the rules, the risks, and the reality of the Singapore political dream. Hi everybody, we're at this place in Labrador Tower called Get Sup for my sister Bertha Henson's new book launch for How to Be a Singapore GE Superstar. Let's check out what's happening in the book launch right now.
Please write more books. Write more books. Facebook is not enough. We need the proper books.
Thanks, Bertha, for contributing to the discourse of Singapore politics. May you continue to do so and stay healthy always. Thank you.
Hi, Bertha. It's great to be here at your book launch. All the best to you.
Hi Bertha, congrats on your book launch. All the best.
She's a very beautiful woman, right? And she has written a very nice book, which I haven't read. I haven't read, but I presume it's good. So if it's no good, I'll come to her.
Okay. I refund.
A refund. Yeah, I need a refund.
I want to thank everyone, those of you who take the time, come here. Thank you for buying the book. And you can still buy some more. Okay.
The Shure Move Mic 2 receiver kit was used during the filming of this episode.
Some things that people don't know, are also in the book.
Yeah.
Of course, basically, if I've covered elections, there are some things that I don't write much about, which I do, or some things I expand more on, So they will find some interesting things.
Okay, all the more reason for you people to pick up the book. Really, man. Hidden little gems that you don't know about. Before we begin the show, here is an important announcement. For 100 years, Shure has set the standard for professional audio. Designed to outlast and outperform, Shure products help you deliver your message with confidence. Trust in Shure. You can be sure with Shure. Shop the Shure Shop Singapore now. Visit the link on screen and use the promo code AFC Henson to get limited Shure merchandise with your purchases. Now, let's start the show. Welcome to this episode, everyone, for our series called Ink Spill, where we feature writers, authors, poets, people who are really struggling to make money, because the books, people know nobody bloody reads, right? I always say that on this in this series of Ink Spill. But I have with me in studio once again for this season, like I did last season, my sister Bertha Henson. Hello.
Hey, hello. I guess my brother didn't have much of a choice. Since I'm his sister and he does ink spill, he better start with me.
I got to spill your ink lah.
Or I will kill him. It's very simple.
No choice. Gunpoint. Okay. Okay, sis. So today, this afternoon, you launch your new book.
Yep.
So it's in Kinokuniya, it's in Popular Bookstore, and it's in the other one, what's it called?
The book bar.
The book bar, where they serve you books and no booze. And it's available in all these places, including online. And if people were to go to Popular Bookstore today or go to I want to say the bad word, Kinokuniya, they go to the self-help section to buy a book lah.
No, actually it's out in front. Very nice. They displayed it out in front. Yeah.
Because it's a how-to. If it's a how-to thing, I would think it is self-help. She's got a new book out. You can see it's on our podcast desk. It's called How to Be a Singapore... I cannot say that word because, YouTube not fair one, but you can read it for yourself. It's right there. I cannot mention the E word for some strange reason. Okay. Otherwise, I'm going to get in trouble with the powers that be behind YouTube. But you can see the title of the book, How to Be a Singapore Superstar. And it's a how-to book. If you're thinking of becoming, am I right? If you're thinking of becoming the next big thing at the next GE, please refer to this book.
No, I mean, it's not really a how-to. I mean, a how-to is a way in which, I can encapsulate everything in it with a very general, I mean, it could have been, excuse me, are you a politician? It could have been just that too.
But it's not this is not a serious review.
I would think it's quite serious. It's just written in a very not so serious way. The content is way serious.
The content is serious, but done in a not so serious way. What is your main goal actually when you first started out writing the book?
Well, I had a G, whatever that.
No, GE is okay.
Okay, GE
GE
book.
is okay.
For 2020.
Yeah.
So this time round, I was thinking, I don't want to do the same thing. Which is GE 2025. Yeah. So I decided that it's time. Maybe I pull everything I know together and find a concept to fit it in.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, me and my partner in crime, Cheyenne, we managed to come up with a concept and to marry some of the things that we have done together, like the Chin and Chai couple.
Which has become, what's the word for it? Which has become a cartoon strip.
Well, that's I'm not so sure whether it's become a cartoon. Well, we call it a cartoon strip.
We did start off as a cartoon strip before,
it started out actually as just two guys, and it's all text. It started all text.
Correct, all text.
Yeah, and then later on, so basically then I realized Cheyenne can do these kind of things, draw cartoons and stuff. So we decided, okay, let's make it more interesting for people and use it to explain political issues or any kind of concepts. So that's what we did with the two bureaucrats here.
In case some of you who's just watching Bertha for the first time on my show, and you didn't watch the episode last season, you should have. If you haven't, go find it and watch it. Cheyenne, her so-called partner in crime, is not a lady.
No.
Strangely. To this day, I still don't know what the fella's name is. But he goes by Cheyenne. Can you beat that? Okay. Anyway, you said the book is hopefully entertaining, but also informative.
Yes.
So what was the hardest part about making serious Singapore politics easy and fun to read?
Wow. I'm lucky to have a lot of experience making, serious things readable.
Mm-hmm.
So basically how to boil down concepts and make sure that, you can read from beginning to end without having to stop and say, hey, what's happening or what are you talking about? So, I mean, that's a very useful skill I've used for the book.
Okay.
Then secondly, what was not easy was there's so much information. So, how do you put it together, divide up the chapters, come up with a concept, make sure it isn't one long, boring read, So, so we had to find new ways of chopping up the narrative, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And this wasn't going to be a GE 2025 review.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted it to be much bigger so that young people will be able to understand what the Singapore political system is like. And, and also old people, I think it'll be a very good nostalgic refresher for them because there are lots of stories in it as well.
How about any young person out there who picks up this book and do you think it would be a good handbook of sorts to guide them along to maybe I will run for the next GE or a few GEs later?
Well, I can tell you that the later half of the book has plenty of tips. Like, what you do when you meet residents, what you do at rallies, what you don't do, what will get into trouble. Even a look at some of the rules, not just the political structure, but the electoral rules themselves.
Right.
So I think there should be quite a lot there. I mean, I've covered elections for many years, so some of the tricks and the twists and the turns. I quite able to put it down and
Okay,
document.
now that you're talking about that, since 1988, you've been covering GEs, right? You said the E word fully just now. Oh dear.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to bleep that one out. Okay.
Right.
What's the one biggest difference in Singapore politics today that a new candidate needs to know before jumping in?
I would just say read my book. There's so many things. There's just so many things. Do you want me to go and give the game away? I think basically we must understand
one thing. Biggest difference.
The biggest difference. Wow, that is very hard. You mean the biggest difference compared to what?
The biggest difference?
Or in terms of...
What's the one biggest difference in Singapore politics
compared
in general today as compared to all these years?
In the past.
Oh, okay,
that
a new candidate needs to know before jumping in. Yeah.
I think essentially, first of all, the electorate has changed. That's something that is very clear.
Okay.
Yeah. So the demands of the electorate are quite different then than now. Also, the competition, I don't just mean within the PAP, but also among the opposition slate, is gotten heavier, is more contestable now.
Okay.
So you can't just be one bright spark and that's it, no? I hope to make waves, because there are a lot of different bright sparks there.
Okay.
And so you have to, in a sense, measure yourself against them as well.
Okay.
So like, for example, in my first two chapters, the first chapter is, do you think you have what it takes? First of all, so it goes from I wouldn't call it silly, but the little things like, have you got the guts? Have you got the brains? Can you take some of the jokes? Are you too thin-skinned? So some of the things are, and they're all backed up with anecdotes of the past. So people who could take it or couldn't take it, and so basically, if you want to talk about a model answer,
it's all in the book.
Yes, it's all in the book. Yeah. Some things that people don't know. I mean, are also in the book.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, basically, if I've covered elections, there are some things that I don't write much about, which I do, or some things I expand more on, some, So they will find some interesting things.
Okay, all the more reason for you people to pick up the book. Really, man. I mean, hidden little gems that you don't know about. And you use the last GE to frame the whole discussion in your book, right? How did the shift to our current PM's leadership affect the way you wrote about the party, his party, the ruling party, and the political future?
Oh, in the book?
Yeah.
You mean in the book?
Yeah.
Not very much, really. I mean, basically, referring to the GE itself, well, it was really a new PM coming into the system, that will give this GE is in fact some kind of mandate of sorts to legitimize his position,
right?
Both in the country and in the party. But I don't think I dealt so much on that part of it.
Okay.
In the book, as I said, it isn't just a commentary on this GE. You see,
okay,
because I took a much broader look. Like for example, the GRCs. The NCMP scheme, the nominated MP. So there were all these other things, that sort of to do with the structure, the infrastructure of the system that I also talk about.
Okay.
So that makes it quite different from past books.
So we can safely say that this is not a review of this year's, of the latest, the last recent.
I would like to say I came out with a summary. It's basically like part primer, part history, part review.
Okay.
That's why I said the concept
is different.
And difficult to come up with. In fact, I tell you, I don't know how many times I had to rewrite and change my first chapter, because I realized that if I do it this way, I can't fit this. If I do it that way, I can't fit this. So basically, we took a lot of time just defining how we want to conceptualize it. Yeah.
Okay. Your chapter asks, can tahan or not? For a regular person thinking of joining politics, what is the single most brutal part of the job that people don't realize until they start?
as a candidate or start as a politician?
As a candidate.
As a candidate, it's tough out there, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think whether you're on the ruling party side or on the other side, it's tough out there. Because essentially, people are getting a lot more demanding, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. So they have certain expectations and if you don't meet them, I think the good thing is Singaporeans mainly are polite, yeah. But, it does have if you are thin-skinned, it will have a very bad effect on you.
Okay.
So that's tough, And I find that being able to relate to other people in people to people will get harder and harder. Because I see the younger and younger lot just don't know how to do it anymore.
Yeah.
But the other thing is this, you still cannot do without the personal touch, because even if they don't know how to do it or can't do it, people appreciate it.
Yeah, they can't leave it to an AI.
Yeah, people appreciate it. Because, you sort of took the time.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been doing nothing this season, Kai, except talking about AI, right?
Oh, no.
Yeah, man. It's a lot of talk about AI.
All right.
You talk about how voters care so much about candidates' academic record. Why do Singaporeans value having a lot of degrees more than real life on the ground experience?
Did I say they value academic records? I did, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the things I said that is something that you must have, lah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course, Singaporeans will all say we don't care, lah.
Yeah.
But we do, lah. So, let's not be so whatever about it. I mean, you have to be someone like Chiam Si Tong or something,
right?
Who can get through this, but then, in that sense, we reward the people who tried to work very hard, very, very hard. But now you want to come in, and you want a good first shot at it, you better have some of that behind you, lah.
Some credentials.
And that's the term now that people are using. It's not like whether you're a good academic star or whatever.
Yeah.
It's basically, are you highly credentialed?
Yeah, which basically means your academic record lah.
No lah, but also means like, you after that, you have some position, work in some place, your startup or whatever. So, so you can't have people who with nothing to really show, and then have the people say you're okay. Not now.
So basically that hasn't changed lah. It's the same, isn't it? It's been like that all a while.
True. That would be true if there were no other issues at play lah.
Yeah. They still want to see whether or not you've got which school you came from, what your degree is, what degree do you have. Right.
Yeah, although sometimes it may be kiss of death lah. I mean, if you've got a great degree and double degrees or whatever it is, it's best not to harp too much on it.
So lucky thing we got somebody from Tanjung Katong Secondary lah.
Who? Oh yes. Oh yes. My neighbouring school. Yeah, my neighbouring school.
Yeah, man. I mean, just think about it.
I was quite proud of it actually when I heard that he was from. It was in those days called Ticket Tech.
Correct, Ticket Tech, yeah.
So, from Ticket Tech, I said, wow, not bad.
Actually, I wonder why they call it Tanjung Katong Secondary, when actually with his time, it was still Ticket Tech, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know.
He's not much younger than me. So, I used to go there a lot of us used to go there for technical class. Yeah.
Technical classes, yes.
So I wonder why they call it, Ticket Tech is Ticket Tech lah. Don't need to go and sugarcoat the whole thing and call it Tanjung Katong Secondary School lah. Okay, let's talk about politicians. MPs often regret missing their family life. From watching the system, what's the one thing that needs to be fixed so an MP can have a more normal family life? Opinion.
I think the first thing you should understand is that when you go into this, you should not expect a normal life. I mean, sorry, but you have decided that you are worth coming into public service.
You got married to it lah.
And I think it is up to your family to be more understanding of your ambitions and your wishes. So, I don't think flexible work-life balance is something we should give to our respective representatives in parliament. I mean, just imagine you come and then you want my vote and you say, oh, by the way, I only work 9 to 5.
Yeah,
oh, come on.
But 25 years from today, when you have our Zennials in leadership, they probably might want to look at things that way,
If they want to.
Work-life balance, even for the politician.
No. You get work-life balance for me. It doesn't mean that you are the ones with work-life balance. I mean, I know we don't want to be like the Japanese Prime Minister.
Sis, you and I will be super bloody old by then. They're not going to listen to us.
No. You see, like the Japanese Prime Minister, right? She's one workaholic, apparently. I mean, I don't expect you to go that far, but if you do, I won't say a word. But I don't think you should complain about it. She doesn't, but her subordinates do. And
But she works late, they work late lah.
Yeah, but if you don't want to work late, you don't want to be with a boss like that, then quit lah.
That's true.
Oh, that's very easy for
the
me.
Workers' Party. The Workers' Party. Otherwise, no, that's not right. I can't say that. The Workers' Party.
PAP light.
Yes, thank you. PAP light. That label, is it a clever strategy? That you think it helped them somewhat in votes, or does it hurt them?
I don't know. I mean, they are trying to wear it like a badge of honor. To say that, hey, you see, we've reached this status. And I mean, I've heard a few MPs say that on rallies and all that. Frankly, it depends on how you view a PAP light, as people with brains can execute, maybe not as good, but still like that. Or PAP light as in just as a very superficial version of the PAP. Yeah. Or, I think there was a little worry on the PAP side, that if you describe them as PAP light, they say, actually, okay, what? Also like PAP. So therefore, a vote for them would be okay, what? So, it's a tag that can be used any which way.
Sure. But I tell you how I think. I learned about this LITE thing because it's a tech term. When you go to, if you want to download an app, right, they've got the light version. There's a light version, which is a free of charge version.
Free of charge version, okay.
Which you probably can use for maybe a month, 2 months, 3 months, and then after that, you got to subscribe to the better version,
I thought I use it in terms of food. Calorie light, fat light.
When okay?
Yeah.
The light version, right?
Yes.
Of apps and all that, right? That's the
trial version.
That's the cheap Charlie version that all the cheap Charlies would use.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to pay for AI, but I use the AI light version.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. See, you're going about AI again. Thanks, by
the way, if you call the Workers' Party PAP light, then should you call the PAP WP light? Have you thought about that? I mean, essentially, sometimes...
Why?
No, because I think sometimes the PAP has policies which are actually quite... I won't use the word populist because they don't like it. And, but quite popular, And so basically... when they do these things and, they always accuse others of wanting to be popular.
Right.
So I would say they are also WP light.
Okay. I'm going to move on to the next question. I don't want to get myself into bloody trouble. I don't know how you do things like this, I'm damn scared. Okay. Your analysis points out that the PM controls the committee that draws the election boundaries.
Correct.
If you could make one change, what would it be? Do you think changes are required in the first place?
Oh, of course I do.
Okay.
I think we are an anomaly.
Okay.
Or maybe an anachronism or whatever it is. We are a real outlier in this area.
Okay.
Essentially, the one change is basically there must be some oversight of some sort. And shouldn't be from someone from the ruling party.
Do you think by and large people know this, that we're an outlier when it comes to this?
I don't know. I mean, usually I think people know that gerrymandering takes place everywhere.
That's what they call it, lah.
Yeah. And sometimes, people will say I was like not so bad or whatever.
Right.
But I don't think something like this should be left on the basis of trusting the person in charge. to make sure that the boundaries are fairly distributed.
I also say.
So, and I think there is a need for us to open some window into this whole this whole room full of maps and whatever to see what they're up to.
Yeah.
So, I don't think that the government has any leg to stand on where the EBRC is concerned, especially when in the past, when they were not in government, they made such a big fuss and wanted all sorts of checks on the committee. So, so when you're in power, of course, you think differently, right? But I really, to me, it's not about who's in power, who's not. To me, it's about the people who live here.
Yeah.
And, what is it we need? Yeah. To be dependent on basically people is to be not good enough. We should be dependent on a proper system that is sturdy enough, with enough checks, enough balances, no matter who is holding the power. So that is my key concern for Singapore.
Okay. The GRC system. Is it still the best way to make sure we have minority race representation in Parliament?
One of the reasons I wrote this book is also because I happened to be there when a lot of innovations were put in place. The white paper, select committee hearings, all that, I was there to report on it. So, in fact, it's very strange that, like NMPs and, GRCs and GPCs and town councils, everything happened when I was in the newsroom reporting on these things.
Right.
So, I have a very close, I wouldn't say attachment, but I'm very interested in this sort of topics. The GRCs, one thing about our innovations is that there's always some justification, which is very natural, very rational and very commonsensical. But, there are ramifications and other consequences and side effects that we don't want to look at, because we are focused on this thing called, in this instance, multiracial representation.
Okay. Yeah.
So actually, I'm beginning to think that to have this kind of if the idea is that you must like the GRC because it guarantees multiracial representation. If not, you are not for multiracial representation is a very bad argument. I think this kind of first principles argument maybe 20 years ago but the fact is, if we agree that multiracial representation, you can have it in Parliament, whether you are race blind or not, if you just make the GRC smaller and fewer.
Right.
You really don't need, the whole island. You look at the state it is now. The Constitution doesn't say you have to go and GRC the whole place and only leave 8 or 9 single seats. And in the beginning, it didn't start that way.
Okay.
So, then you start wondering.
Yeah, there were very few, I remember.
Yes, there were only half the seats. When it first started out, the Parliament, half the seats were GRC seats.
Yeah.
The other half were single seats.
Yeah.
And there were only 3-member GRCs, and now they are not there anymore. But the Constitution does say 3 members can be there.
Okay.
So it's 3 to 6. So what we don't have now are the 6 ones.
Okay.
Because I think the PAP, the government realized that, people were really unhappy about this. Especially since with 6-member GRCs, there are plenty of walkovers. You can't find people to stand against you.
Yeah. Do you believe that voters have this assumption that if they vote for the opposition, the government will punish their town by withdrawing resources?
Well, whether the government punishes the town or not, frankly speaking, it has realized that saying so is not a very politic thing to do. Whether they do so in other ways, that's something we have to go in and take a look. There was even one time when I remember the PM suggesting that they will pull out, your PCF kindergartens and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they didn't, I think, in the end. I remember that it was in a newspaper article that we did some research on. Yeah. But I did put that point in because I don't think it was done.
Okay.
You know, so it's like the HDB upgrading carrot lah. That was a threat. It was perceived as a threat.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I think the fact that people ignored it, you know, and showed that maybe these things can't work lah. But, you know, one thing I found interesting, even till today, people still don't think the vote is secret.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Do you think it is?
Oh, yeah, I do.
How come?
I don't know. I would think that if it's not, you know, somebody would know.
Okay.
The trouble is we are guessing here. Everybody guess. And, you know, nobody is saying anything. You know, where's the evidence? Yeah, where's the evidence? I don't know. You know, so what evidence is there? You know,
people speculate. What I heard, people speculate because there are serialized numbers.
Yeah, the serialized numbers are there.
That's why I'm not saying it's happening that way, but
administrative reasons. I need to know that you are number 100 and whatever.
Yeah, to make sure that you actually get a ballot.
Yeah. You know, unless you want to like distribute the ballot paper at the polling station and then you go in and do something. I also think that it prevents cheating. You know, you must remember that you can't just look at it as
double votes and all that.
It prevents cheating.
Yeah. GE 2025, nicknamed as the podcast GE.
Yes.
What's the secret to why podcasts here? I'm so happy when I heard this on podcast. Connect with young voters better than TV news or rallies or even, you know.
I think you need to be...
even the press.
No, I think you need to... It is not that it connects better, but it is increasingly going to make inroads into the media space. Because, you know, you put up a rally, it's shown on TV, and people, and, you know, MediaCorp has to show it on TV. There will be a lot more people viewing it than doing a podcast. Yeah. So, you know, things like that, you cannot fight the numbers.
Right.
You know? So when you talk about podcasts, it does... The good thing about podcast, it does reach a bigger range of people, I think.
Yep.
You know, a range. So, you know, I'm not so sure it's only the young people you're talking about, no? But it's a whole mixed bunch of people. I mean, I take myself, for example. If I appear on a podcast, I have people telling me, hey, I saw you on the podcast. And then I say, oh, you know, people, and they are people I don't know, and probably people who don't read me on Facebook or whatever. Yeah, but they recognize me from there. So it's a question of reaching many different little groups.
Okay.
So in that sense, the proliferation in GE 2025 is quite remarkable. In the sense, everybody is going to this business.
Yep.
So
we become kind of mainstream, you know. Not bad, huh?
Yeah, but I mean, it's not enough just to be asking questions, though.
Yeah lah.
I mean, like now you're asking me questions, right?
I have to ask questions lah.
Yeah, I in my old job, I ask questions too.
Correct.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah, but you know, it's got to be sustained sometimes by, you know, your own information lah.
Yeah. I am just a guy asking questions and let my guests tell the stories.
Okay. Oh my God, that's so lame.
Yeah, I let my guests tell the stories. It's not me, I'm just the glue that bind the glitter. I'm not the glitter.
Okay.
The $1 million HDB flats, huge topic.
Yes.
What's the most radical but realistic idea a party, in your opinion, can propose to make HDB flats affordable without completely crashing the value as an asset?
My God, that would be too big a question for me. Even the different political parties, no, it's too big even for me to advance an opinion because there's so many variables involved.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, you've got land costs, construction costs, how much a role should private sector prices play in it? So, you know, do you want to get, you know, developers involved or should it just be a HDB thing or, you know, then, you know, you got your BTO and God knows how many permutations of flats we've had in the past, you know.
Right.
So I really don't know. So what are we trying to fix here? Are we only trying to fix affordability? Is that the question? Or what else are we trying to fix here? You know, if you're trying to fix affordability, anybody can suggest any kind
But
of
it is a big
solution.
issue, isn't it? I mean,
Of course it
In
is.
society, it's a big issue.
Yes.
Because the young people are all worried about, can I get my BTO and whether or not I can afford my BTO.
Yeah. But as an older person, I can always say, hey, what's wrong with renting first? And then until you can afford to buy, then go and buy. So, the expectations are of varying kinds. To one, immediately to have a ready-made future for yourself is sometimes not possible.
But the narrative that's always been sold into people's heads has always been, we will always ensure that that Singaporeans can afford their own homes.
Yeah. When?
Good point.
Okay. Most times it is sort of fixed at marriage, right? You get married, you get flat.
Yeah,
Okay?
but if you want to buy, even if you rent and then property prices keep going up, you'll never be able to afford to buy one anyway.
Well, they may come down. Oh, really? Or you may save more. So the thing is, I think this idea that our path must be smoothened in some way, and a little setback will make us feel, why? I mean, we have to be a lot more resilient than that. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I know this is old fuddy-duddy talking.
Yeah, I don't know what the young people might be saying. Those who are watching this episode, what they might think
They
about
might
this.
think whatever they might think, they go and think. But remember, it's not just the fact that you want a home. It's the fact that the people who are older are living in homes that are now going to hit expiry date. Okay? So your whole lease decay thing also comes in. So as I said, the HDB issue is far bigger than just, can I afford my HDB flat? I mean, basically, your flat prices are coming down for the older flats.
Right.
Which brings in yet another variable. Is my flat really an investment? So, so I think there are too many objectives that have been, soldered onto HDB policy. And sometimes we can't achieve all of them to everybody's satisfaction.
Yep.
And we might have to trim off some.
The ruling party, they're doing things like, giving you CDC vouchers and promoting master plans. I mean, of course, they can do it, right? How can a small opposition party compete with these kind of large-scale, wallet-focused, grassroots?
They can't.
So basically one answer lah, they can't lah.
They can't. No, I'm serious. The only way they can compete is to change the mindset of Singaporeans and to tell them that all these things, you're very happy, nice and good, but it also means what? So there must be this awareness in people of what is actually happening. Then just say, wow, so good, therefore. So it's hard to fight. I mean, I've seen the opposition parties try to fight it, but the resources are just nowhere near.
Yeah, of course not.
Yeah. So
basically, wave the white flag lah.
Okay.
I mean, how to
carry it.
Yeah, exactly. How to, So it's kena jam situation, You know that opposition parties usually don't try to actually form the government. Is Singapore designed to only ever have a 1.5 party system?
Oh, 1.5 party system. That's Pritam Singh's idea, right? Yeah. I think
I'm so gabra, no? 1.5 party system.
But in a sense, I mean, his analogy is quite correct, His party is only half.
Yeah.
So, no, I think it is very hard to have a party say, I want to form a government, although Red Dot United has said so. Unless, it's very hard because, you really must have that certain mass of a core group of people who are very, very strong. Yeah. And I think it's also very difficult because the fact is the PAP, the politicians and the civil servants and the stat boards and the government companies, they are all so integrated.
The machinery is there.
The machinery is not just a machinery. The machinery is interlocking one, no?
Yeah.
And so even if you do manage to pull out one part, and then you try and supplant it, I'm not so sure whether it's that easy to get the machinery going. I mean, in the past, I've heard opposition members say that, the civil service is supposed to, you have to carry on, they have to do this, they have to do that. I mean, on paper, it all looks good.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's what they say at rallies too.
Yeah, I mean,
don't worry, the civil service will continue to carry on.
Yeah, so sometimes we have this great faith in theories, and we sort of say that, this is the way it works. But I don't know. I don't know whether this is the way it works or whether or not, so when they tell me arm's length approach and all that, are you kidding? Are you sure? No. And again, this is the other big thing that we might want to solve. How much of a hand should the state have in society or people's businesses?
Yeah.
Because even and the wonderful thing about the Singapore system is that the PAP itself doesn't really have to exercise it, because it is almost natural for the people on the other end to just accept it as it is.
The Bo Pian syndrome.
Bo Pian syndrome, or maybe, I guess.
Really Bo Pian what? I mean, there's I don't know lah. To me, as far as I can see it, I might just wave the damn white flag and call it a day.
Oh.
Very hard, man.
No lah, I think there must be some idealism. And I'm quite sure even in the PAP, there are idealists.
For those who are not waving the white flag, given, the high risk of losing deposits,
no. Okay.
Why did new independent candidates like Jeremy Tan do so well and surprised everybody in GE 2025? What did he get right? Let's use him for an example.
Well, first of all, I mean, he's only, I don't know how old, and he's already a retired person. Yeah. And I think people sort of admire young people who have done well materially or, in certain ways.
He is a success at a very young age.
Yeah, and who is willing to take the plunge, come out and practically dare the system.
Yeah.
And
ballsy lah, this fella.
Ballsy lah. And not and there's a system without even a political cover with him.
Right.
I mean, if you didn't hide behind
political parties. The guy went there bare, almost butt naked, doing this.
Yeah.
When what was that thing we called the day when they, on
nomination day?
Yeah. My goodness, that fella.
Yeah.
Can even tell us the PAP supporters, thanks for coming here to support me. My God. Wow.
He was in a sense a bit refreshing.
It was.
So, and I think some of the way he speaks is very personable. So, so as a person, people connect with him.
They could relate. Okay.
That's how he did well.
And plus he's proven to be successful in his own right.
Well, yeah.
So that's the credentials.
Yeah.
Don't know which school it came from. That one is what we don't know, right?
Oh, okay.
Do we know which school it came from?
I'm sure we know, but I can't remember which.
Okay. So that guy is quite refreshing. I didn't forget him. It was fun to watch him. Okay, last question. After writing this whole book, what is the most essential piece of non-political advice you would give to a genuinely good, passionate person about to start the political journey? I would just say, don't bother with the white flag first.
I would say, first of all, read my book. No, when you talk about starting political journeys, you must first understand the journey you are going to undertake, But a lot of people are so confused about why the system is the way it is. They don't know the why and the wherefores and all that. And then you want to come in and immediately say, I hate this, or I like this, I love... Hello. Be a little more knowledgeable, please. Because even if you're not passionate about your political journey, you can't help but be part of it simply because you are a voter.
Yep.
So don't downplay that duty that you have to know a bit about the political system before you cast your vote.
Basically, do your research, do your homework, see whether you can tahan like you said in your book Can tahan or not?
Oh yeah, but you don't have to join the fray. I mean, my point actually with the book is that okay, it's sort of okay, gimmicky to say how to be do the elections. But essentially, the point is to tell people, know something about this gigantic thing that happens every 4 or 5 years, what the political system is about. So I'm using this as an entry point into the book.
Right.
If I have managed to give you some idea of this is why things are this way, this is how it happened, that's good enough for me. Because right now, knowledge is at a very abysmally low point.
Okay. Okay, everybody. I'm gonna end this episode right now before I get into more shit. I don't like to talk about all these kind of things, right? But this one, you're my sister, and then you just book very nice. So must talk about it lah. Okay, but this is quite scary lah. That's why I'm wearing my Prata t-shirt.
Wow, you're gonna flip if you get it. Yeah. Okay. You're gonna flip if something goes wrong.
No, but I also have my Milo Chino. See?
Okay.
Okay, everybody. Thank you for joining us in this conversation for this week's episode. It's our double bill weekend. You had an episode yesterday. You got one today. And today we really want to launch this one because my sister launched a book this afternoon. And once again, you can get How to Be a Singapore Superstar. She mentioned it a couple of times. Did you know? I tell you, I don't know how this episode. You can get this book and in all the good bookstores, Kinokuniya, Popular, and the Book Bar. You can even go online to these stores and buy them. Buy a few copies, And if you want to have her sign a special autograph copy, when you doing the signing thing?
I don't know. I mean, essentially, I've left it to my distributor to go and arrange the date.
The guy named Cheyenne, you mean?
No.
Oh, okay.
a proper company doing this.
A proper company that arranges for signings.
And distribution of books.
And distribution of books. Okay, anyway, if you're not on Bertha's Facebook, you might just want to get on her Facebook. Don't go there and troll her. I find out who you are. I tell you, I'll come after you. So you just go to her Facebook. Then you look out for updates where and when she will be at that book signing. And if you want to get your backsides there, please go ahead and do so. This is Chris Henson. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Ink Spill. Stick around, a couple of more episodes to go before we say bye-bye to Season 6 and start working on Season 7. Until next week, same time, same place, same channel. Stay safe. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. The Chris Henson Conversation. Real talk, no filters. And a growing community of more than 100,000 subscribers across ASEAN. Right here from Singapore.